Okay, guys, it's a tough one, that's for sure. A lot of things went into it, but ended up on the wrong end of the stick. So try to help you with what I can and get back to work.
We'll go to Keith Sargent, edgy.com, for the first question.
Greg, what was the thinking? What was the thought process? 1st and 10 from the Illinois 37 after Isaiah's run. You throw the ball there. What was the thought process in that situation?
Quite honestly, Keith, calling plays, guys, the guys who call the plays, they're in a flow, and the guy was open. We just didn't make the throw. We missed the throw. If we complete that throw, now somebody's on there with the radio, guys. If we complete that throw, right, and you say, oh, that's the way to be aggressive, and now you're milking the clock down, and they have one timeout, and we kicked the field goal to win it with no time on the clock. In retrospect, yeah, I wish we hadn't thrown it because we threw an interception, but the reality is the route was there, and we got to be able to throw the route and complete the play, and that's what you do when you call plays. You ham and egg it, you mix back and forth, because we're still at the 37-yard line or 36, whatever it is. That's not in our range yet. Consistently, can we hit it there? Sure, but we're trying to move the ball down, and and retrospectively, sure, when you throw the pick, you wish you hadn't thrown it. But again, I've been many times when you complete that ball and you wind the clock down and kick it with 4 seconds, and everybody jumps on the kicker. So, didn't work out this time.
Bobby Darin, 24/7, with the next question.
Greg, can you talk about the play of Noah, and was there a point where you thought about maybe pulling him for Art?
I thought it was a little bit of ups and downs, right? A little inconsistent, but we made some big throws too, and that's the hard thing. We're making some plays, and then we're giving some up, and that's kind of if you sum it up, that's the story of the game. We did not play consistently well enough to win that game. And when you make mistakes like we did in the Big Ten Conference, and some of them are granted are by Illinois, right? Number one was very hard to get down. A very good elusive player. We had our opportunities for sure. We had people at the spot. He made some guys miss. He's a good player. They're doing that because their quarterback's not available. That's tough, but we made mistakes. We had some penalties that just aren't what we allow in our program, and those, one of them that drive led to a score. The other one didn't. We took the ball away, but still, those catch up to you when they catch up to you. You can't do that stuff. I call those stupid and selfish penalties. You do that stuff, makes you feel better in the moment, and it hurts your team, and that's not what we're about. So we got to get all that stuff fixed, and that's part of building this thing, building this program. We have to understand what it takes to win in this league, and if we don't, it'll be that roller coaster. Some good, some bad. We need to learn that it's all in. It's everything. Otherwise, this league's too hard to win in.
Eisman with Gannett.
Greg, you mentioned Isaiah Williams and how tough he was to bring down, but what are you seeing right now from the run defense overall?
Well, it's a different, this is a different kind of run defense, right? Our run defense has actually been pretty decent up until this. This is option football with a very elusive option quarterback, and he did a great job. He really was electric. We kind of contained him in the first half, semi. But what happens with a guy with that ability? It doesn't take much. There's a little drop off. If you're a little fatigued, if you're a little bit banged up, that's the way it is, and that's college football, right? Guys are going to have players like that they jump in there. We do it a little differently with Johnny Langan, but he's very productive for us. So today it was full time. And we kind of had a suspicion that's what we were going to get, but you never know for sure. but he is an elusive guy.
James Cratch, NJ.com. Question.
Greg, I knew you talked about you're trying to get closer for the field goal. What is going on with the kicking situation? You had Fav early on. Now you have Valentino. Justin's back on kickoffs, not handling place kicks. Where do you stand, and why did you go with Valentino today?
I just felt like he was kicking better, and it's been leading up that way. And again, those competitions are open competitions, and you see what you see on Saturdays, but I see them every day at practice, and we evaluate them. And it's the same with every position. I think every position is open, and we've moved some linebackers, we've moved some offensive linemen. This is the very early stages of a program, and every single day it's going to be earned, and we'll make changes. I've said that to the guys. I've often said to the guys, I don't make the changes. I just facilitate it on the depth chart. Your performance is what moves you up and down relative to the people that are at your position. And Valentino had shown that he had really improved, and so we felt it was the best thing for the team, gave us the best chance to win with him kicking.
Richie Schneiderite with Rivals.
Hey, Coach, you mentioned a couple of the big plays you guys had on offense. I guess the two most notable ones came from Bo Melton. Can you talk a little bit about his game and his performance today?
Yeah, I thought Bo, again, showed up, made plays, did his job. He's become a consistent performer for us in the first 4 games. So we need to keep that going, and we need to add some guys with him. We need more guys with him, and we need to throw and catch better. I thought Pop ran the ball hard today. There's some things out there that we can, that we still left on the table, but again, we'll get better. We go back to work, but it's a hard one. There's a lot of hurting kids down there and coaches, and you feel like one got away. But I tell you, I've been in the other locker room, and Illinois doesn't feel like it got away, right? They feel like they earned a win. So that's what competitive sports are about, competitive college football is about. Got to reload, get ready to go next week.
Our next question from Jerry Carino, Gannett.
Greg, what will you say to Noah this week to keep his confidence up or address any confidence concerns?
Oh, Jerry, there's nothing you can say. There's no magicians out there. Confidence is earned. So confidence to me is earned through preparation and then through performance. So when you don't perform the way you want to, then you got to go back and hit the preparation harder. And I'm not saying he didn't prepare hard, because I'm sure he did. I believe he did. He made some that were the plays that, really gave us the lead, and then we didn't make some others. And that's reality, right? I don't think that coaches have this wand that can give people confidence. I'll point out what he did well, but you got to learn this one. You can't do that. You can't throw it late there. That's dangerous. To me, playing quarterback is about managing risk and managing opportunity. We talk about it all the time. You got to let bad plays die. There's plenty of them. I don't know how many we played today, but there's plenty of plays. Let the bad ones go. It's hard though, right? Because every one of these kids is an intense competitor, and they're trying to make it work on that play. That's hard. At every level, it's always been a challenge to get the quarterbacks to do that. And the great ones know they can sense when it's time to manage the risk and when it's time to go for the jugular and take advantage of the opportunity.
Our questions. The next one's from Chris Nowalski with Rivals.
Hey, Coach. I know this season a bunch of guys have started and played at center. I was curious what Felter did to earn the start today.
Well, Felter started at guard, but we just felt like, again, no different than the kicker. When we evaluated the combination of practice and what's happened in games, we felt like he gave us the best chance to win. And it's hard to tell with a lineman to see it all in there. I'm anxious to watch the tape and evaluate how we played up front. But usually when you run for the yards that we did, somebody blocked somebody. So I'm looking forward to looking at it.
Question from Steve Politi, NJ.com.
Hey, Greg, I think the first few weeks of the season raised the expectations for people outside the program. is a game like this a reminder that the trajectory for rebuild is really, straight up?
Well, I guess yes and no. I want the expectations to be higher. That's what they should be. But I knew what this game was going to be. I told our team early on, and I told them throughout the week. This is a team that went to a bowl game last year. They lost a lot of guys to COVID. They're 0-3. Coach Smith is a great coach. He's got a great staff. This was a wounded animal backed into a corner, and they were going to come out and fight. And we go up 10-0 early, but and when you've been doing it as long as I have, this one's coming down to the final whistle. You know it, and essentially it did, right? I mean, whatever, it was kicked with 7 seconds, whatever it was.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, guys.